Brain development is really an important thing, because when we're born as babies, our brain has already developed an awful lot. But we obviously have a lot more developing to do. We learn language, we develop our personality, learn how to do a lot of skills that we kind of take for granted as adults. So protecting the vulnerable brain during those early stages while the brain is actually developing during gestation, during pregnancy, is vital, as is protecting young brains as they grow. Some of the more common things that can happen to the brain while developing, of course, include things like cerebral palsy, other devastating brain disorders that have happened in many fetuses before they're born, that are preventable and due to things like toxic effects of medication or other toxins in the environment. One of the big things around the world is lead exposure. Lead exposure in the young developing brain is simply devastating. It can permanently reduce IQ points, and that child will never reach the potential that they had intellectually. Certain brain conditions are very, very much tied to our genetics. And in some cases, there's really not much that we can do to prevent them. However, there may be light at the end of the tunnel in that we do continue to work on genetic therapies for neurological disorders and brain disorders, and we're beginning to see some results in that area, although it's early stages still compared to where I think we'll be in a few decades. But we can do an awful lot to live a healthier life, and that's really what brain health is about. So when you're teaching your children, teach them to choose wisely in what they eat and to exercise. Set an example for them as well. You really need to prevent the risk factors for things like stroke. And here's the reason. Stroke is like the ultimate bad outcome for the brain, as one example. There are other ultimate bad outcomes too, like Alzheimer's disease. But preventing high blood pressure by exercising, maintaining a healthy weight, preventing the onset of diabetes by doing the same thing. Additionally, there are some other positive things you can do. You can experience new things. The more that we learn about brain health and how the brain functions, we know that the brain doesn't just stop developing at like age 18. Thank goodness it doesn't, actually. Some parents would probably say. But it continues to change and grow throughout life. Even after you have a brain injury, your brain will kind of reset its architecture and try to recover, create new connections. And one way you can create new connections is by trying new things in your life. Here in the School of Medicine, there's quite a bit of brain research that's being done. Dr. Gladys Maestra is doing fantastic work with memory disorders and Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, through the South Texas Diabetes and Obesity Institute, a lot of their work ties into to brain health as well. And you may be aware that we are building a large neuroscience institute in Harlingen, thanks to a grant from the Valley Baptist Legacy Foundation. And we have also recruited our Neuroscience Institute director, Dr. Ihsan Saloom, whose work is actually around brain health and substance abuse. Try to improve brain outcomes in people that have those substance abuse disorders. Really important work. There's also others. There's Dr. Frank Gillum, who is a noted epilepsy researcher and is putting together grant applications to study things like the incidence of depression in people who have epilepsy, which is very common, actually. And in our own Department of Neurology as well, we do a lot of research on stroke outcomes. And we're just beginning to do some research in pediatric neurology as well. So there's an awful lot going on, and I probably didn't tell you everyone who's doing research in relation to the brain at UTRGV, but just suffice it to say that it's really an important area for us.